we're going to try some SAT Rush to test our abilities in the grammar section of the SAT. One such type of matter is a form of cooled condensed gas called a BOZADA, BEC. Okay, one such type, that's an independent clause, comma, and Dutch physicist Leon famously used ABAC to slow it down. It's C. We have two independent clauses here. One such type of matter is a form yada yada, and then Dutch physicists blah 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 famously used ABAC. So both have subject, main, verb. So we need to separate two independent clauses, which C does. I'm going a little slower so that I could explain my thought process. Okay, American writer Edwidge, blah blah blah, emigrated, won acclaimed powerful short stories, novels, and essays. Has won, okay, acclaim for her powerful short stories. So we have an independent clause. American writer has won acclaimed and essays praising her lyrical yet unflinching depictions of her native country's writer has compared. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be D, which separates two independent clauses, which we have here. Okay. It has, it is, it will. I'm guessing it's going to be D already from minority rule because that's the only one that works with they. If you do the it they test, it has leverage, it is leveraging, it will leverage. Actually, no, it doesn't work. It leveraged. Um, I'm still thinking it's going to be D, but we'll see. Okay. Lincoln's decision was surprising since each of these men had run against him, but historians have praised it, noting that Lincoln leveraged his rivals. Yeah, leverage is still going to be the right answer. Which choice completes? Okay. So we've got a period and we've got a semicolon. So those are probably both going to be wrong. But let's take a look. Yeah, we don't have a semicolon list. So it's definitely not going to be B or D. By 1774, what had started as a local means of mobilizing support for the Patriot cause has grown into something far more extensive. A network of such committees that, yeah, this is classic A behavior. This is classic colon behavior. It's an explanation. Chending and her colleagues. Okay, so we have plural. I know I'm dealing with apostrophes here. So these people at the University of Washington, they ran multiple simulations to determine the extent to which individual snow grains physical properties. The physical properties do belong to the snow grains, so it's not D. And is it multiple snow grains physical properties or just general snow grains physical properties? Individual snow grains is the fact that it says individual snow grains, I think counterintuitively means that it's going to be B or C. That we're talking about multiple snow grains is physical properties affect the amount of light. Um, Physical properties affect the amount of light. I think it's going to be B. Yeah, let's go. Multiple newspapers serve the Spanish speaking population, including, I think it's just A. Yeah, this looks like an easy one. Okay. Many mechanical calculators were powered by a notch cylinder mechanism called this thing. Okay, I didn't have to read any of that. Leibniz wheel calculators were popular in the first half of the 20th century. That's an independent clause, comma, but these ingenious devices were eventually replaced. Yeah, definitely C. Always look at the more forcing ideas. Like this C forces you to have two independent clauses because it's a comma fanboys. So always analyze that one first, which we did here, and it's the correct answer as soon as this loads. There we go. Okay, about 70,000 meteorites have been found on Earth. Although most meteorites are fragments of asteroids, comma, definitely not period. That's a dependent clause starter. Several hundred have been identified, definitely B. This is very simple. The word although screams I need a comma at some point. Okay, forming extensive networks via something, via mito association. Forming extensive networks via this method, the transport of nutrients is possible through the forming. What is forming extensive networks? Maybe nutrients or pine trees and fungus can transport. This one's confusing me. Forming extensive networks via this association. Pine trees and the fungus can transport nutrients. I'm thinking D, nutrients. The transport of nutrients is possible. This one I'm not 100% sure about. Forming. What is forming extensive? I think the pine trees and the fungus thing. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Um Archaeologist Layla someone recently traveled to Hegra to study its ancient tombs. That could be a sentence. Built into the rocky octopus of vast outcrops, not octopus. These burial chambers seem to blend seamlessly with nature. We have two independent clauses. A. Let's go. Jamaican British artist Willard Wigan is known for his remarkable um, microsculptures, comma, creation so small. What are these microsculptures, comma, creation so small that they're best viewed through a microscope. Wogan's, oh no, that's wrong. Okay, this is a hard one. It's probably going to be a period. Yeah. Jamaican British artist is known for his remarkable microsculptures. And I told you to look at the period first, and then I didn't follow my own advice. I just felt like it was going to be B, and I'm wrong. It's going to be C. Creation so small, they're best viewed through a microscope, comma, that's like a dependent part. Wogan's sculptures are made. His sculptures are made from tiny natural materials. That's the independent part of the clause. Cool, cool, cool. Even though bats prefer very sweet nectar, the plants that attract them evolve to produce nectar that is only moderately sweet. A recent study explains why. Making sugar, yeah, it's definitely A. I don't even, the other answers just make no sense to me. Okay. We could skip a lot of this, I'm guessing. No, we can't. Okay. I see a dash. I see a dash. Usually dashes have partners. So I think it's just going to be C. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Got it. He applied bold, saturated hues to large canvases and suspended them from ceilings or walls. Yeah, he applied and then he suspended. There's like a parallelism. I think it's just D. Yeah. Roughly 300 nights a year, when the cold air descended from Andes Mountains, something happened. The result is a spectacular light storm. It strikes so bright, so localized, and so dependable that it. I don't think we need punctuation. Definitely not A. Definitely not B. Is there a reason to put D? Is there like a dependent clause that we're finishing here? Roughly 300 nights a year. When this thing happens, comma. The result of this is so localized. And no, I think it's just C. I don't think we need punctuation here. Okay. Um. Okay, we've got like some quotation marks stuff going on. In her analysis, scholar Candace Wade observed that the novel depicts the upper classes in New York society as consumed by the appetite of a soulless materialism, comma, an apt assessment given that House of Mirth is set during the Gilded Age, a period, yeah, it's definitely C. You're gonna start, as you do more of these, you're gonna start to like notice when dependent clause you're gonna start to notice dependent clause language. And an apt assessment is clearly describing the thing that came right before it, which is what dependent clauses often do following a comma. So all this stuff, independent, comma, an apt assessment. Maybe I'm not explaining that well, but no, as you do more of these, you'll feel it. Supported by biochemical analysis of over 2,000 skeletons from the Middle Ages. Oh, this is a dangling modifier, right? What could be supported by biochemical analysis? Vegetables and grains supported by biochemical analysis. Uh, Early medieval rulers' diets were found. I don't think that's going to be it. Skeletons of the Middle Ages, supported by biochemical analysis of over 2,000 skeletons from the Middle Ages. Findings. Yeah, I think findings is going to be what we want. Findings are supported by analysis. I think it's D. Yay. It has come, it comes, it is coming. They come. I think it's D. Yeah, minority rule strikes again. I see a dash. I see a dash. Several advantages. Um, Positioning acoustic weaves as a promising alternative. Uh, have positioned. We need a main verb, and the word have. The word have is going to be our main verb. Several advantages have positioned acoustic waves as a promising alternative. Blah blah blah. Definitely going to be A. French guy, Rene Descartes. Okay, the phrases. Okay, we need to go back to see if we're talking about one phrase or multiple phrases. Simplicity is something that belongs to the phrase, so it's definitely going to be A, C, or D. We need an apostrophe of some sort. We only have one phrase. I think, therefore, I am. Therefore, A is out because that would be multiple phrases, simplicity. So C or D. Um, Masks its complexity, where it's a singular situation here. We're talking about one phrase. Easy does it. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, we got 2.5 minutes to go. We haven't gotten one wrong yet. Killing it. Okay. Parker's crucial finding was the first to place humans in North America. The first to place humans in North America. I think that's it. I think it's just D. Give it to me. Let's go. In 2016, engineer Vanessa Galvez oversaw the installation of all these bioswales. I'm not going to read that. By reducing the runoff flowing into city sewers, the bioswales, this is a dangling modifier. So we need something that's by reducing the runoff flowing into city sewers. What is the thing that is reducing the runoff? The bioswales. Not the bioswales mitigation of both street flooding. Not this. It's the bioswales themselves that are reducing the runoff. So I think it's going to be B. Okay, one instrument that gives Zydeco its unique sound is the Vest Frottoir. The Vest Frottoir is a wearable washboard that is played by rubbing. Definitely B. No reason to do anything else. In Paulo Solar Short's, so whatever. Okay, in some short story, an AI that absorbs sustainable energies, redistributing them through intricate networks of weights and generators. Ooh, there's a lot going on here. In his short story, this thing happens, redistributing them in short story efficiency. An artificial intelligence that absorbs sustainable energies. An artificial intelligence, a singular artificial intelligence that absorbs sustainable energies, powers C. And since I have 7 seconds left, I don't think I'm going to be able to do any more. We could just guess B because it's the most definitive. Yeah, wow. How about that? All right. Uh, 25 correct in 15 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. That's like a little 25 in 15 minutes. It's like 30 something seconds, 40 seconds a problem.